back in the woods again. This time staying overnight. Forecast is supposed to be, well, it's supposed to be raining right now, but I mean it did a bit, it stopped up, and then later there's supposed to be a storm. Do not try this at home unless you're experienced. I've gotten here quite late, so I don't have a lot of time to find a place and set up, so this is going to be quick. And if it really is going to be a storm, I may need to gather some materials to help weather it, but we shall see. You know, as soon as I stop rolling the camera, the rain comes rolling in, just wading my way through waist high ferns. Some of these are just getting so tall, it's taller than me. I'll try and film what I can, but if it gets too bad, I may just have to run and duck for cover. Well, there's an opening, and there's a bunch of brambles. For those of you who watched the last episode, this was the previous campsite. So my tent was on that side, my friends was on that side, but yeah, you wouldn't have been able to tell anyone was here. Covered up our tracks pretty good. Oh, it's really starting to come down now. Oh, it's a good thing there's no wind with it. So the rain's let up. I managed to find some tracks. Doesn't look like anything's been down here too often. And currently on the lookout for some resources, because we may need to get a fire going. But I can't find any birch, no cramp balls. This is supposed to be not completely a coniferous woodland, but we are still yet to come across anything. Oh, I see some birch over in the distance there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way around all these ferns, otherwise I'll have to go through them. I could decide, you know, see if I can source them elsewhere, but it seems pretty desolate at the moment. Well, hold on, I think I just spot some more up there. I think we're in luck. Well, it seems like there's a whole forest of birch here, so those issues are now alleviated. But there are some warning signs up there. Well, look like warning signs, so I'm going to have a look, see what they say. Hopefully it's not something like warning you're on a minefield. That would be most distressing. It's just some works they're doing around here for forestry. Yeah, nothing to be too concerned about. No giant hogweed, no deadly nightshade. The birch has been acquired. So that's fire done. Just going to place that in this little foraging pouch in a moment. And the next step is to find a good suitable enough location for us to set up our camp. That might be a bit of an issue because a lot of the ferns around here are taller than I am, so this might require some elbow grease to get done. But had a little pit stop for some water and a phone call to my dearly beloved, and we're back on the road. Now, according to the map, this should lead us to somewhere that's a bit promising. We've been on the trot for a couple of hours now, so I think, according to the map, if I remember correctly, there's going to be somewhere to camp in there. I think I'm going to go the easy way though. I'm not walking through that shrubbery. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but you can see the sun just barely coming through the clouds there. So I'd say we've got about an hour of daylight left until things start to get dark. So we need to make a move on. I think this is a place I'm going to set up camp. I'm going to need to do some clearing, but beyond that should be fine. I think I'm going to use a little tree stump down there as my table for tonight. Try and get this set up before the storm rolls around. So the weather's been particularly calm, but I guess you know what they say, calm before the storm. But anyway, time to get to work. So here's the setup as it is going so far. I've got the base tent set up. The rainfly's going to go on in a minute. I'm in the process of clearing some of this out here, so I can have a little fire. And then after that's done, the next step is to start collecting some deadfall and whatnot that we can use for said fire. Just want to take a minute to just show you my sleeping bag, or what I put my sleeping bag in. It may look a bit funky, and that is because I bought an OEX sleeping bag which is supposed to be 4 seasons. Now with the one that I borrowed, that was 3 seasons. It's quite warm. This one I bought was, you know, it's quite a bit thinner, it's quite a bit lighter, so I'm not sure what I'm expecting. I know OEX does lightweight gear, but I've got this like a larger compression sack for it, because I've got the bag at the bottom, and at the top I have my thermals, spare pairs of socks and a jumper, that sort of thing. So it's come, you know, real handy just to pack extra clothes inside it, especially now because wading through everything I'm soaked. I've got nettle bites, even just the sweat alone. So once I've got the firewood, I'll be looking forward to getting changed into something dry. Now, because I'm camping in a bit of an obscure location, I don't want to lose it when I go out to get firewood. So, got a nice little neon glow stick here, and I'm going to be placing that up here somewhere. I'm going to have to do that off camera, but it'll just hang there, and I'll be able to look out for that when I'm coming back to camp. Now this is what I want. Try and find wood that's kind of off the ground, and that way it doesn't absorb as much moisture when it's been raining. I think it'll still be quite hard to get a fire going, but we're going to try nevertheless. Right, time to process this bad boy. I'm not sure that's catching that. Actually no, I think it is. Here's the moment where we get this going. Time for an equipment check. Got the chest mount on, all strapped, and got the fire down over there, and I've got a little light that's on the bottom just to give me some light to work with. Well, I just finished my cup of super noodles. That went down a treat. Now onto the flapjack. Call it dessert. Carbs is great and all, but one of the most important things you need when you're out here is probably fat, I'd say. And these flapjacks are quite fatty, so they'll do the trick. Well, I think that's going to be it for today, or tonight even. I'm going to finish my flapjack, retire to my tent, call it a night.